GTA 6 has officially been delayed to November 19th, 2026, and during the last few days we've learned a lot more about why this happened. New reports, insider information, and employee statements paint a much clearer picture of the situation inside Rockstar. Today, I'm breaking down the real reasons behind the delay, the internal layoffs, the return of crunch, the technical problems the team is facing, and what all of this means for the future of the game. So let's get into it. Rockstar and Take-Two have now confirmed that GTA 6 will not be arriving any earlier than November 19th, 2026. This is the second major shift from the original projected window, and it confirms that the game simply wasn't ready. Rockstar's official statement says the team needs additional development and polishing time, but as always, the truth is more complicated than a single sentence. Over the last few days, several reliable sources revealed what's actually happening inside the studio. And it's a mix of technical challenges, staff changes, and internal stress. One of the biggest stories is the recent layoffs. Multiple outlets have confirmed that Rockstar reduced staff, particularly contractors and QA teams, even though the game is still in heavy development. This is unusual because layoffs usually happen after a game ships. Developers have said that the cuts created temporary gaps in several departments, increasing workload on the remaining staff and slowing down communication between teams. When you're building a game as massive as GTA 6, even a small disruption in workflow can create weeks or months of delay. And this wasn't a small disruption. Several teams had to reorganize and redistribute tasks, and that alone contributed to pushing the release date further. At the same time, reports indicate that crunch has returned at Rockstar. After Red Dead Redemption 2, the studio promised to avoid extreme overtime. But according to employee statements shared anonymously, the pressure to meet internal milestones has increased dramatically. Developers are working late nights, weekends, and are under heavier deadlines. And while crunch may temporarily speed up certain tasks, it also leads to burnout, mistakes, and turnover, all of which slow down long-term progress. Some employees even quit over the schedule stress, leaving more holes the remaining teams had to fill. This cycle of crunch, burnout, and slowdown is one of the clearest reasons the game is taking longer than expected. But even without the workplace issues, the technical challenges alone might have forced a delay. GTA 6 is extremely ambitious. Based on insider reports, the game world is more dense, more reactive, and more simulation-heavy than anything Rockstar has done before. That means more advanced NPC AI, more dynamic weather, more detailed physics, and a constantly evolving world. The game is reportedly playable from start to finish, but several systems still cause problems, especially on base PS5 and Xbox Series X/S hardware. Developers described frame drops, CPU spikes when NPC routines overlap, stuttering when streaming high-speed assets, and inconsistent performance during dynamic events like storms or police chases. The game reportedly runs much smoother on PC kits, but Rockstar refuses to release a version of the game that struggles on consoles. After seeing the backlash around Cyberpunk 2077, they want to avoid a broken launch at all costs. Another factor behind the delay is Rockstar's recent return-to-office policy. Earlier this year, they demanded that all developers return to full-time in-office work, arguing that remote collaboration was slowing down progress on complex systems. But this decision caused friction. Some employees didn't want to return, others faced commuting or relocation issues, and a few simply resigned. This created a short period of instability across various teams, and production slowed down during the transition. Combined with the layoffs and burnout, the return-to-office shift caused further delays in the schedule. Now the big question, is GTA 6 in trouble? Based on what all the insiders are saying, the answer is no. The game is not being rebooted, the story is complete, and the map is done. The issue isn't that the game is failing. The issue is that it's incredibly complicated and needs more time to polish. Rockstar is pushing the boundaries of what an open-world game can be. And with that ambition comes a huge amount of technical and organizational overhead. They don't want to ship something half-baked, and honestly, they can't afford to. GTA 6 is the most anticipated game of the decade. So is November 19th, 2026 the final date? It seems much more realistic than the previous timeline. The game is in its final phase, the biggest apartments are now in polishing mode, and Take-Two needs a stable release in that fiscal period. But some insiders warn that if optimization problems continue, Rockstar could push the game again, though likely only into early 2027. For now, November 19th, 2026 is the plan, and based on everything we know, it's the most believable date we've had so far. So that's the full picture behind the GTA 6 delay. Layoffs, crunch, internal restructuring, technical challenges, and a world that might be the most ambitious open world ever attempted. Let me know what you think. Do you support Rockstar taking the extra time? Or do you feel the game should have been ready sooner? If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because as we get closer to launch, the updates are only going to get bigger.